Ready, Stephen?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'd like to call to order the Carnegie Council voting meeting for January. If we could have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call, please, Steve.
Councilperson Lee.
Present.
Councilperson Balas. Here. Councilperson DePietro.
Present.
Councilperson Kanan.
Here.
Councilperson Demko. Council President Boyd.
Here.
Mayor Bingham.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Very good. Is there any public comment on any of the listed motions this evening? Seeing no comment, if we could get started here. Councilperson Kanan, time for you to earn your salad.
Okay. Kanan.
Kanan. Here, please. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Motion to approve the minutes from the council meeting on December 8th and December 15th, 2025, and January 5th, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Motion to appoint Councilperson Boyd as a primary delegate and Councilperson Lee and Borough Manager Steve Buter as alternate delegates to the Allegheny County Southwest Collection District.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Motion to appoint Councilperson DePietro as the primary delegate and Councilperson Lee as the alternate delegate to the Char West Council of Governments.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's what I never, yeah. Motion to appoint Steve Buter as the appointed official delegate and Councilperson Kanan and Mayor Bingham as alternate delegates to the Congress of Neighboring Communities Group Connect.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Councilperson Kanan, DeLoss, and Lee as municipal representatives to the Andrew Carnegie Free Library and Music Hall Board of Trustees.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Councilperson Demko as the primary Borough Council representative and Mayor Bingham as the alternate representative for the Carnegie Borough Shade Tree Commission.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to appoint Councilperson DePietro and Councilperson Lee as municipal representatives to the Carnegie Community Development Corporation.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to authorize the Borough Manager's contract renewal effective January 1st, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Borough Ordinance Number 2498, an ordinance of the Borough of Carnegie amending Chapter 18, Part 6 of the Borough Code of Ordinances relating to sewers and sewage disposal for 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And you get to do finance as well. Thank you for wearing two hats.
Absolutely. Motion to approve the January 2026 bill list.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Councilperson Lee.
Motion to authorize pay application number 1 from E2 Landscaping in the amount of $59,745.96 for the Lexington Court Retaining Wall Project, contract number 2025-01.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And thank you, Councilperson Lee. Councilperson Lee, you're going to take,
No, I can do that.
okay.
Motion to adopt resolution number 2026-04, resolution of the Borough of Carnegie, establishing Chapter 15, Part 2, Section 209 of the Borough Code of Ordinances, creating a handicap parking space near 321 Fifth Avenue, 103-P-262.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I was wondering.
We don't have to.
Announcement regarding handicap parking spaces. They do not have your name on them. Nowhere in the borough does a handicap parking space on the street have somebody's name attached to it. So if you have one in front of your street and it was granted for you, other people can use it if they're handicapped. So don't feel like that's your personal property and get upset if another handicapped person parks in that spot.
Be a good neighbor.
Very good. And Councilperson DePietro, can you take care of this for us, please?
Okay, 5A, motion to adopt resolution number 2026-03, a resolution of the Borough of Carnegie, Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, approving the acquisition and subsequent disposition of numerous parcels of vacant property known as block and lot number 103-G-141, would be in accord with the comprehensive plan of the municipality.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
5D, motion to approve the application of Keith and Susan Mangini for the lot consolidation plan submitted for 37 Swallow Hill Road, lot and block 65-H-94 and 65-H-96 as recommended by the Planning Commission on August 26, 2025 extension.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I'll call now for a committee report on administration, albeit unfair, since you've been here an hour.
Nothing for tonight, sir.
Very good. Likewise for finance, I would assume.
Nothing.
Very good. Code enforcement, community development.
Nothing, Mr. President.
Very good. Public works.
Nothing, Mr. President.
Very good. Public safety, fire department, EMS report.
I'll let Councilman Layton answer that.
In December 2025, we had 132 ambulance calls and 34 fire calls.
Very good. Manager's report.
I have nothing for this evening.
Very good. Everybody wants to see the Steeler game. Mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have some information here. We had 5 criminal arrests and citations for the month of December. We had 39 traffic stops, 5 of which were on Forsyth Road, 5 traffic citations, 12 parking tickets, and 681 complaints / self-initiated activity. I also want to say, I'm glad to be here as Mayor of Carnegie, the youngest mayor in the history of the borough, probably the youngest mayor in the state, we think. This is my 2nd week on the job, so I just want to thank the borough for placing their trust in me. I'm excited to get to work, focusing on community development, among other things. I also wanted to clarify a statement made a few days ago and apologize for the loaded language used in it. It should not have been posted in the way that it was, and I want to apologize for that. I will clarify what was meant, which is that immigration is a federal responsibility. It is not a local responsibility, meaning that we will not be putting any of our local resources towards enforcing immigration law. That is the purview of ICE and other federal agencies. We, of course, would not obstruct or hinder any lawful investigation. Nobody ever suggested that. I also, want to just say that as the mayor, I am the civilian oversight of the police department. I grew up in this town. I grew up with Chief Kennedy here as the police chief, and many of our police officers served when I was growing up here, and I have a great deal of respect for them. I trust them. I trust the chief. We have, in my opinion anyway, probably the best police department in the whole county. We have very few issues, if any, and our officers take their jobs very seriously, and they will always keep everybody safe at all times in the borough, and I have complete and full trust and confidence in them. And that is the conclusion of my report.
Very good, sir. Well said. At this point, council will hear comments from the public, up to 3 minutes per person. You're welcome to.
You skipped.
Yep.
I skipped something?
Yep.
Oh, the mayor's.
The library.
Walker's here. See him here.
Walker, I'm sorry. I skip somebody at every meeting. It's your turn.
I'm honored to
Very good. I've missed you. You haven't been here in a while.
yeah. Hello. Thank you very much for inviting me up. I wanted to first share a few numbers from our past year. Happy to say that our stats are continuing to go up year by year. In 2025, we had 75,795 visits to the library, 587 public programs with over 8,100 attendees, over 76,000 physical checkouts, over 25,000 digital checkouts online, and over 5,000 hours, nearly 214 full days of public computer use in our building. So the library continues to be very well used and supported by the community. A couple of updates. We are very excited that we just received a $10,000 grant from the Buncher Foundation, which will be for increasing outreach service to isolated senior communities in Carnegie, folks who have a hard time getting to the physical library. I'm also very excited to say that I just received back our newly digitized news archive, which we're thrilled to raise some money for this past year. That will be available for searching and browsing on our website soon, as soon as I figure out how to build the right kind of webpage. A couple of programs we have coming up. This Saturday is the launch of a new quarterly series of live unscripted interviews with Carnegie's veterans. A series we're calling From the Foxhole, hosted by Richard Murphy. We are recording these conversations and plan to be making the audio recordings available as an archive as well. Also on Saturday, we're celebrating the Tamil Harvest Festival of Bengal Sangamam. Next Thursday at 7 o'clock, we have a speaker talking about the history and culture of Palestine. And then on Tuesday the 27th, we're welcoming forensic psychologist and author Jeffrey Smalden, who has written a book about his career interviewing and having conversations with some of the most notorious serial killers in U.S. history. If you're interested in true crime, not to be missed. We're also holding a blood drive next Wednesday and free legal advice next Thursday. On the music hall side of things, we're looking forward to welcoming saxophonist Lee Robinson and singer Chantal Joseph for concerts in the next couple of weeks. And on the SD Post side, we're excited to be putting up our Faces of Civil War Nurses traveling exhibit in the Lincoln Gallery. That'll be up starting on Valentine's Day, the whole way up through May 9th. And these are life-size photo reproductions of women, some of the over 20,000 women who served as volunteer nurses during the Civil War, along with some of their personal stories. So I encourage folks to come check that out. And I'll just wrap up by saying that we're also looking forward to celebrating our 125th anniversary this year. So big year for the library and music hall. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to take them, but thank you very much.
Thank you, Walker.
Thanks,
You guys still
Walker,
look
very
at
much.
over 100.
Very good. Sam, do you have anything on CCDC this evening?
No, I do not, but going forward, do we just want me to do it all in one take, or do we want to keep it separate?
I can change the, absolutely.
We should do that.
Okay, easy. Very easy, Steve. All right, now, general public comment. Council will hear comments for up to 3 minutes. Anything you want to inform us, we're happy to listen.
You have a sign-up sheet? We signed up for it.
Yeah, come on up.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Council, Mr. Mayor, I'm a resident of Carnegie for about 42 years, and I'm here to take you to task for that stupid comment that you made, okay? All right, you rescinded your comment. 30 people here, maybe? How about the thousands that read that? And you know what that does when you inhibit ICE? Whether you like their position or not, you inhibit federal and state law. You put your policemen at risk, okay? I'm very upset about this. I talked to you at the library before I voted for you, the recommendation of Pat Katina. who I respect. But if you're here to improve your position in climbing the Democratic Party by pleasing county council in the city, you're mistaken. Don't put your cops at risk, but above all, do not put your citizens at risk. ICE goes out and picks up these people that already have deportation warrants against them. They've been out there for years. They're wanted for murder, rape, aggravated assault, burglary, robbery. And by saying something like that, you invite that element into our community. I'm not biased against anyone, but I want legal, my people are legal immigrants from 100 years ago. And if you're a legal immigrant in this country, I welcome you with open arms. Everybody deserves a chance. But if you're illegal, it's time to go home. And don't put this cop in peril because of some stupid comment that you make. Thank you.
Again, I do want to reiterate and apologize for the language used in that post, but we would obviously not inhibit any federal activity enforcing immigration law, and we would obviously not put our officers at risk. Thank you.
The cops know who they all are.
Anyone else?
Hello everybody, my name is Yahya Zuni. I've been worshiping at the Tawheed Islamic Center for the past 8 years. Just a few words before I start doing the spiel I have tonight. Library is amazing. I didn't know they have a program for Palestine, but everybody should go check it out. Rich history over there. Mayor, welcome to politics. You're gonna start buying dye to put on your hair soon. So. Talking about ICE. ICE showed up at the Tawheed Islamic Center like a month ago. We have 1,000 worshippers that come every Friday between noon and 3. Of course, mainly, a lot of demonization going on. ICE is trying to, meet their quota, and what's not. But luckily, we have an advantage at the center. We don't have enough parking. So they couldn't park and they just, circled around and left. Which brings me to the point. We need help figuring out our parking situation. The city of Pittsburgh has a parking variance that they allow us to park on Fridays on the street for free. We don't have to pay to feed the meter for that. So if we can allow the streets around Washington and Main Street to be free parking on Fridays, or at least between 11:30 and 3:30, that would be great. That would allow us to park safely, not try to, rush park and double park and block our parking spots. The second thing we need is the help of the police to direct traffic at the traffic lights feeding into the highways. Because what happens is when people are exiting the parking lot we have is the traffic just stops at where the lights are, for the one next to the highway entrance and the one between the 2 gas stations. We need help from the police to direct traffic over there, and then the public works to figure out the traffic light timing so that Friday between 11:30 and 3:30 we have a more fluid parking over there. Thank you for listening to me. Again, Mayor, welcome to the office. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Sammy Rojas. I have a couple things to go over. And first one is that y'all have put hundreds of thousands of dollars into the park, Carnegie.
Oh, Sam, you've got the, yeah.
That's me.
Everybody has read everything that you and I exchanged.
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything new to offer?
What I have first new to offer is, like I just said, hundreds of thousands of dollars went into the park, making it better over the years, and we have not made it safer. So now all this more and more influx of people, we should have speed humps, cut down hooks, so somebody's not gonna get hit. Are we gonna wait until that happens to make it safer? Now that we have all this, people coming through? Okay, so that's one thing. And two is there's Nelson Tree Service that is parking in one of our parks. At the Carnegie Borough website, it's illegal to be in the park after 10, okay? There's 20 cars that Nelson Tree Service parks at our park. Carnegie Park is the boroughs, the taxpayers. So who is letting that happen? Because,
I answered all these questions for you.
but it's not your park, sir. So-
It is our park.
No, it's our park. Who pay taxes?
Public comment is not necessarily time for interrogatories and answering questions. You make public comment, make your statement.
I am making a statement. So there's a business that is parking 20 cars at our park, and that's illegal. So if they were to actually have to pay, that is, I call one storage facility, 20 spots at $102 a month is $23,256 a year that we have let this business that the Carnegie Borough is losing a year for the last 4 years. So who is going to be accountable for this? That's,
Anything else?
no,
Okay, good, thank you.
good.
That was answered already for you. And by the way, let me make comment to everybody so you understand. We have an informal agreement with Nelson Tree Service. They offer us emergency services. Anytime there's a storm that knocks trees into the park or onto the streets of Carnegie, they take this on themselves. They've done an absolutely fabulous job and saved us over the decade that they've been using that park hundreds of thousands of dollars in services.
But there's no contract, so legally, liability-wise, if somebody gets hurt,
We are named as an additional insured on their insurance policy.
so somebody goes to our park and gets hurt on their trucks that aren't supposed to be there, that's Carnegie Borough is liable.
No, we are named as an additional insured on their policy.
Sir, it's illegal for anybody to park 20 cars in our,
Thank you.
am I right, sir, Jeff? It's illegal.
We gave them permission.
Where's the contract? Where's the contract? You're a business. You're a borough. You're a borough, sir.
All of this is asked and answered in writing to you already. I'm sorry.
It's illegal.
Can we move on?
It's illegal.
Does anybody else have a comment this evening?
Wow.
I have 2 comments and a question.
Yes, ma'am.
One, I wanted to thank you guys for getting that mirror up because that has made it so much easier to turn off of that road. It's just, I can't even thank you guys enough. And the second was actually what he said, thank you for taking down the tree across the street for me. I really appreciate it. That's making things so much easier for us on the street. We don't have to worry with the high winds about that coming down. I mean, these last couple windstorms have been just absolutely crazy down there with the way the wind funnels down in the valley that we're in, and it's just taken a lot off of us to have to worry about that. The question I have is, the last council meeting, last week I believe it was, we named Pittsburgh Post-Gazette as our official newspaper, and they're going to be closing. So what are we planning on doing?
I'm hopeful that the state will come up with a new set of guidelines that tells boroughs where and when and how to advertise. I'm hopeful that it becomes an online source because municipal advertising is extremely expensive. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
Okay, I was just curious which way that would go because,
There is no other newspaper that meets the criteria. the
no,
borough
and that's
has.
where I was like, where
Yeah.
does this leave us now?
Right,
Thank you.
thank you. In a quandary is where it leaves us, and every other municipality. Any other comments?
Ben Bonham. I live at 250 Hidden Lane. I'm here to talk to you about what happened at the end of your special zoning board meeting. If you aren't familiar with what happened, my wife and I attended, and we were amazed that the board members had no idea that those townhomes had already been built. And as I understand the law, section 22, there should have been some plats. And since 2022, I've been trying to find a plat for that property. And when I pay for it, it just comes back to the one that I own. It hasn't been updated. What I'm telling you is that I believe those townhomes are not officially sanctioned, and that you have, for whatever reason, done what is called a prohibited act. And I was just wondering, who can explain this?
I don't think this is a place where we can just explain that, but I would suggest that you schedule a meeting with the borough and make that happen. I'm happy to participate.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
George Honshaw, 36 Sigrid Drive. I'm glad that the mayor backtracked his frightening statements about ICE. Jeff, are you comfortable that he walked back his statements enough that you and your wonderful policeman will not be handcuffed by the mayor in case ICE needs you for backup?
Again, this is not a time for question and answer, so there's not really, it's public comment of kind of stating your own piece. It's not necessarily time to engage with council and the other members and have them answer questions. It's public comment portion.
Okay, so through the Sunshine Law, Steve, I want to know the answer. When? How soon?
Submit the form.
When?
Complete the form of whatever you're looking upon.
Okay. We support you guys.
George, we can talk after the meeting if you'd like.
Any other comments this evening?
Hello, Council. I'll be the last one, hopefully, that speaks for this evening, so we can all go home and watch the Steelers win, hopefully, tonight. So, a few topics I just wanted to clarify. As you recall, I've been working on extending the Panhandle Trail. Anyone that realizes the difficulty in dealing with the railroads, it's almost impossible to get anywhere with them, unfortunately. I'd really like to tell you I have great news and the Panhandle Trail's being extended and that this is a done deal, but they want $6 million for that tiny piece of property. I mean, for those of you that, we're only talking a very small piece of property down there, and I struggle with $6 million. The county's brought $2 million to the table. The redevelopment authority has brought another $2 million to the table. We're asking the federal government to bring another $2 million to the table so we can finally get this deal done. The problem is we're not going to know until spring as to the federal government funding to see if that's all available at this point in time. My hope is Congressman DeLuzio can bring the $2 million back to Carnegie so we can get this done and close this deal, because it's going to be a great thing extending the Panhandle Trail into Carnegie, connecting it to Settler's Cabin, the other trails out there, and connecting it all the way to the Montour Trail. So it's been years in the making. I remember looking out the window with Councilman DeLoss way back when saying, wouldn't it be a wonderful thing if we had a trail all the way down to the city that we could use? And I can tell you I'm trying, folks, but working with the railroad's tough. The other topic I'd like to discuss tonight is the Route 50 corridor flooding. There was a very good meeting that I called to order back in the fall. We had Congressman DeLucio there, we had Rich Fitzgerald from the SPC there, we had the Bureau of Mines there, Councilman DeLoss, you were there. We had representatives from Scott Township there, we had Representative Kulik there, Representative Deasy there, State Senator Fontana there. Anyone that any favor that I could call in to get to the table to get something done with the Route 50 corridor flooding, I called in that favor and brought everyone together. I have good news. I mean, that was the first meeting in probably, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years, other than talking back and forth about what we're going to do and wringing our hands in the air about, oh my God, how are we going to solve this? I believe we have a plan in place, but it's not going to happen overnight. There was some low-hanging fruit that was identified to deal with the flooding in the corridor. But the fix is probably a $3, $4, $5 million plan. I got PennDOT to get it, there's what they call a transportation improvement plan. The transportation improvement plan is a plan that the county executive, the SPC, the Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission, and PennDOT all have in place for funding for programs for basically different projects. And the 50 corridor was deemed as one of those projects that need to get done because of the emergency that it represents. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the last severe flooding that we had in that area, but we had, there was a woman with 2 children and an electric vehicle that if you drive through any flooded area in an electric vehicle, it shorts out rather quickly. And the car shorted out rather quickly, and it turned into a swift water rescue by the Glendale Fire Department. And luckily they got the woman out and the kids out, and from that point on, that's what I've been using to try to make something happen with this, because this has been going on for 90 years, I believe, at this point in time. And I believe the time for the fix is near. Hopefully, like I said, it's not going to be imminent, but it's going to be within the next 2 years. So, I mean, there is light on the horizon, so stay patient and we'll get it fixed. So, thank you, everyone. Let's bring home a Steelers win.
I appreciate you, Pat. Thank you very much for all the hard work you do. And just to add a little extra color around that, it's more than 90 years, Pat. That flooding affects one resident in Carnegie, the last home in Carnegie on the right-hand side, heading into Scott Township on Washington Avenue. And they provided for me a picture that ironically matched a picture that I took the day the flooding and the swiftwater rescue took place, and it was dated in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette exactly 90 years ago, almost to the day. It was the same month. And it's ironic how much of the infrastructure is still there, and it's a snapshot of history. But there's cars stuck in the water in both pictures. And it's like Pat said, it's just a matter of time before it becomes a headline and not a good news headline. So thanks, Pat, for trying to press that forward. Any other comments this evening? Seeing no other comments, we'll move on to Council Good and Welfare. Councilperson DePietro.
Yeah, I just want to wish everybody a very happy and safe New Year. Be kind to your neighbors, help them out with snow removal and things like that. And I guess go Steelers.
Councilperson Dan.
Yeah, I would echo that as well, but I also just wanted to say thank you all for the opportunity to serve. I was just sworn in last week, and so far, it's okay. So I just appreciate everybody's trust. I would add also that the celebration of the life and work of Dr. King is coming up on Monday the 19th, and so I just encourage everybody, if you want to celebrate and honor that, to go out and be of service to your neighbor, to your community. I'll see you out there, I'm sure.
Thank you so much. Councilperson DeLoss.
Yeah, just one thing for those who don't know what Walker was talking about earlier with the newspaper project. This is really a huge thing for Carnegie. Everybody that's here has had at some point in their family something that was put in the item. A death or a wedding, or your church was founded on a certain day, or something happened historically that your family was involved in. And as soon as Walker gets the link, ready, you're gonna be able to go online and look up anything you want to from the signal item for the past 130 years or something. That's amazing, because I know my family history is in that newspaper, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think that's, it's gonna be an incredible resource for everybody here to be able to do homework, you know, what's happened for our families and our community. So appreciate it, Walker, really do.
Really happy to be able to offer it, thank you.
Spoken like a retired guy that all of a sudden is going to have the time to do that kind of thing. Congratulations, Richard. Councilperson Lee?
Okay, a couple things. I know that the CCDC has run a program in the past where the able-bodied amongst us could sign up to essentially adopt a neighbor and help clear their sidewalk and their front walk and driveway and such. I believe that program is still in effect. Go ahead.
It is, we are working on improving it to make sure it works better. Because we've had issues making sure volunteers are connected with homes.
So, but that program does exist and can probably be accessed by the CCDC's website, I would guess. And then just in terms of a couple dates, our next work session will be February 2nd at 6 p.m. We'll have a work session the following week on February 9th at 6 p.m. And we followed by a voting session that will be next. It will be next month's version of this meeting at 7 p.m. on February 9th. And then the only holiday that we have in there is January 19th is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. That's all for me.
Very good. My comment is limited to go Steelers. Thank you all for coming out this evening. Thank you all for expressing your concerns. And I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, Steve.